all he really need in life is love and respect, and the public can't give him that. After all the good things this man done did, they spreading rumors and allegations about him like he not a noble leader in the black community. We got to talk about this man. T.D. Jakes is catching hell. T.D. Jakes accuses former pastor of defamation following allegation of attempted sexual assault. So they claiming that T.D. Jakes got the full scrim to go up in your rectum, y'all. They saying that T.D. Jakes strip your pants off your body with old man strength. That's what they saying out here. He a dirty deviant, worse than Diddy. Like he rapped about selling drugs and pimping hoes. I'm trying to let y'all know, this man is a noble person, a respectable pastor, and you figure he would have never thought he would see the day that the African American community would turn on him like this. I ain't making no excuses for T.D. Jakes, but me personally, he helped me through some very dark times. Now he going through some dark times, and it's looking like only the Lord can save him. But his message always been, only the Lord can save you. Ain't no other way. Now that we got these trolls, these piranhas all online, these cannibals, these man-eaters, they looking at T.D. Jakes like he a T.D. State. They got him on the chopping block. Everybody thinking about the money they can make off for slandering his name. And he got to put a stop to it, man. T.D. Jakes accuses a former pastor, somebody play hating on him, trying to get a leg up in the game, like people gonna leave T.D. Jakes' church and come to his church because he made allegations. Y'all got to listen at this, man.
Friended kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car. And so we did. We took him out to eat. And it was decided after we were done taking him out to eat that I would be the person to take him back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it. And they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in, we sat down at a very long dining room table in a room that she had. And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who understood. I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me, and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died.
Shit. Why would this man have to lie? Or why would he tell a lie? A slanderous lie? Is it because he can get a bag for telling a lie like this? Do y'all think that's why he did it? Or is he confessing something that happened to him when he was a young man and he can't understand it? He been living with this pain and this anguish. It corrupted him to his soul, to his core, because he know that people respect T.D. Jakes as a noble man. He trying to say that he ain't noble. A 2-hour conversation, bawling tears. He said they was both sitting up there crying at some grown ass men. That was the first red flag. That was the first red flag. Two grown ass men crying. Hello, hello, who this is here?
Yo, this
Hello?
Slim, man.
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, bro? What's wrong with TDK, Sean? That's wild right there. Is that A-Raw on the left?
Man, it's money to be made. You know what I'm saying? There's money to be made, and people out here trying to make that money. But why else would they even risk it all coming out, got their face all on the YouTube streets, people listening, people clicking, they knowing people gonna be leaving comments and having opinions and things like that. It seemed like a lot of times people want their 15 minutes of fame.
Bruh, he waited this long to come out, though, Sean. What's the deal? You been holding this in for how many years?
He said that TD Jakes, they had a long talk. They was having a man-to-man conversation, and they was both crying, and he got up to leave, and TD Jakes came over there and grabbed him and tried to put his tongue down his throat. You believe that?
Yo, I'm from Atlanta, man.
In some old lady house, some old lady's house. You believe
Your
that?
mans get off like that, man. He been like that. Y'all ain't peeped the game?
Where was Miss Gladys? She was upstairs sleep. Was she in there snoring? Did TD Jakes feel like she wasn't gonna come around the corner? Did she live alone? Do she got people that live there with her? She just some lonely old lady in a big ass house that want TD Jakes to come over. This young man, whatever the event was, it was at night. If he had to take TD Jakes home, he said they sat for 2 hours sitting there talking, having a conversation. Where was TD Jakes gonna take him down at? On the dining room table?
Shit, you can always get baptized at the crib.
So he was gonna dip this man off in the cut in this old woman's house who was a church member, like she wasn't gonna smell that, like she wasn't gonna hear that.
I'm talking about in the name of Jesus. He putting hands on him. Pause.
I don't want to believe that. I don't want to. I asked myself, why would this man have to lie about it? But shit, why not? Especially when you get some money off of it.
I mean, he waited this late to come out, though. He waited till the man fall out at the church. Then he want to come out with the information. He could have been said this.
No, he been saying this before, and they saying that's why TD Jakes was so stressed out like that, because he couldn't take it. Like he can't believe it. Like he trying to cope in life, but all these stories and people, he got to feel disrespected because he been spreading the message of love and he receiving messages of hate.
You know, that's wild, man. Some of these
Yeah.
churches need to turn in their key, man. They taking money. They hitting on kids, grown men. It's wild, man. You might as well be a Muslim.
In a big ass mega church, you can't get away with nothing. If the pastor farted, they gonna know about it before the end of the service. They gonna be. They do this a couple of times. Next thing you know, it's gonna make it all the way to the back.
Hey, yo, real shit, Sean. I think Creflo Dollar next. He might be out there too.
It's like they just eating them up, man. If you got a name, you got a platform, you a big mega pastor, huh? Oh, we gonna get some mega money off your mega ass. That's where we at with it. You got a name. It
And
don't
it's
matter
funny,
what
though.
you doing.
It's funny though. They always exposing the black pastors. There's plenty of white ones out here do the same joint.
Their congregation wouldn't do them like that because they know that's gonna make them look bad. They're gonna be
That's
looking at
crazy.
each other like, shit, we are in this motherfucker's church, so what that say about us? Like, we might want to just, let this die out. If you don't want to go to the church no more, just don't go to the church. They not gonna go out there and do a blog.
They might as well. They might as well make a OnlyFans, man. TDJs need an OnlyFans.
Shit, his only fan gonna be Jesus by the time this all said and done, because they making it seem like he the devil, man. And I don't want to believe that. Why would these brothers? You see so many brothers on YouTube airing out other brothers, man. You don't see women doing this stuff no more. This is the thing that men are taking on. Like women can't even do their thing no more. They don't even want to come out with their allegations because they don't want to seem like a bitch. Because that's what so many of these brothers doing, man. And I ain't saying they wrong or they need to not tell their truth, but damn, do it with some class. To say it with some bass in your voice.
Shit, they ain't doing it with class, Sean. They doing it with ass, bro. Ball.
Damn. Where the hell that come from? We having two different conversations, man. But my question for you is, why do you think TD Jakes is being disrespected so much? It's not like he was a disrespectful person.
It's about what goes on outside the church, bro. Imagine what he doing outside the congregation. It's crazy.
Damn, every dog has his day, huh?
Damn right. It's time to get out the pool pit, Shy.
Damn, man. And you figure, how can you be squeaky clean your whole life? He a old ass man. You can't tell me he ain't never did no dirt.
Oh, you done some dirt.
Everybody
So
done
why he
did
be
some
on?
dirt. It's diabetics out
What man
there.
in the pool pit sweat like that in the 3-piece suit? You know what's going on. You nervous.
Man, people out here doing dirt. Diabetics out here done had a whole apple pie for Thanksgiving. Done ate all the cran, done drunk all the damn Hawaiian punch for Thanksgiving, knowing damn well they ain't supposed to have that. People don't be living right.
Niggas foul, man. They try to hide behind the Bible, man. Niggas be phony right now.
They be phony, but you figure if somebody provided you with the word of the Lord, you should hold that person in a high regard, whatever their shortcomings is. And I ain't making no excuses if these allegations are true, but the way these men are going about it, these are conversations that need to be held in a court of law, not on YouTube.
I mean, YouTube done turned into basically the public court, man. Everybody information's on YouTube now.
The public court. And that's why defamation is so big right now, because you just can't come out there and tell the public some BS like that with no proof. It's just he say, she say. It's one thing to spread rumors amongst yourselves, but to put it out there on the public platform, that is beyond egregious, man. And TD Jakes is an old man. They showed him leaving the hospital. He looked like he was through.
I'm saying though, you don't think that's guilt?
I think they like to attack when people get old and they feel like they, as soon as he started getting weak on that mic, back in the day, they would have never won that TD. When he was that big old buffalo going from this side of the stage to the other side, and when he was a raging dragon up there preaching that gospel, had people falling out faint, they wouldn't have dead. He would have lit their ass up back in the day. They would have caught the Holy Ghost with their fake allegations.
But yo, did he sue with defamation of character?
That's what he working on. That's what he in the news for now, man. He taking these people to court, right? They said right after he got out the hospital, he went down there and filed the claim against this man. Talking about false abuse. He ain't playing. He get out the hospital. He know that's the reason why he was in the hospital. The doctor probably told him, whatever the problem is, you need to take care of that. And he went straight down to the courthouse. Stress kills. Stress.
That's what I'm saying. Shit been on his mind for years, man. It's wild. Everything coming out.
Yeah, man. It's like, damn, we can't even trust each other. Like, none of us. Like, who can we really trust within our community to where you can 100% put your trust? You figure it'd be a pastor. You could trust him to give you the word at least, but now you can't even trust TD Jakes' word for anything. That's messed up.
Yeah, TD Jakes wild, man. He trying to kiss grown men. It's crazy, man. He need to be counseled.
You love the fact that this brother is in the new. You love the fact. You like the fact that they're dragging TD Jakes. Tell the truth.
Word is bond, man. I've been trying to call this out for years, man. I've been on this since 98.
Since 98, you've been feeling this way about TD Jakes. When everybody was enjoying his gospel, enjoying his word, you've been hating on this man in the cut.
Word. I got a whole list, man. TD Jakes, Tim Duncan. I got a whole bunch of dudes, I think. Hey, Dwight Howard. It's a list, man.
And they all brothers, just like you and me.
Nah, bruh. I'm just a regular dude, man. I can't even.
You know, do you even believe in the word? Do you believe in the gospel?
I mean, the body is the temple.
That's a fact. It is. It's the temple. And you know, with TD Jakes, his temple is very, 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 very like a man that need to be at home with his wife. So for him to be out here grabbing on young boys and pulling them close and stuff, that mean that there's plenty of other people that experience this as well. This can't be an isolated incident. This got to be a routine. He hit you with that gospel, and I guess when he see you break down and start crying like a bitch,
He's
that's when he know
vulnerable
he got
then.
your ass. Yeah,
Right. Then he come in with the yo, and he goddamn cuddle you on the low shit. That's why he got to get up out of here, man. We got to get him out of the pool pit, man.
like
Hashtag
I
Jakes up
noticed
out of
there
here.
was something sweet about you, and when you started crying, I figured I might as well come in for a taste.
It's crazy.
I don't believe it. I won't believe it. And I ain't got to believe it. And you ain't got to believe it neither, man. You choose to believe this. And that's the thing about it. When people say things, you don't have to believe it, but a lot of people choose to believe these things because it's entertaining.
Nah, we believe it because we see the zest on the pool pit, man. You be seeing them sachet out there with the suits on and shit, man.
I
That shit
did see
wild.
him. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie about that. I seen TD Jakes do some sugary ass moves, man. And it caught me off guard because even when he was talking about Bishop Eddie Long, he was like, "Ooh, Lord have mercy." The way he be patting the rag and all that, I wasn't feeling that. Yeah,
Shit, he was. He was filling up your mans too, man. All them was
yeah.
real. Hey, man, look.
It was some red
It's been going
flags.
on for over 20-something years, man.
20 some years. Well, when you feeling down, when you feel like the world is against you, when you got the world on your shoulders, brother, where do you turn? Is there somebody you can call? How do you work out the stress?
It's called manning up, man. You got to look yourself in the mirror. Can't be dependent on nobody else, bro.
Gotta man up and just fight through whatever it is you're going through like a man. Either life or death, you gotta go through it. It's like when you got a bad turd and you know you're gonna be hurting, but what you gonna do? Hold the turd for the rest
Yeah.
of your life? You're gonna have to man up, bite down, look to the side, scream, holler, strain. You're gonna have to get the shit on with, man.
She got to drop eventually, bro.
Gotta drop eventually. So with TD Jakes going through, he, you know, the lawsuit's just gonna make it twice as bad. Because if people talking shit, you figure you a big mega pastor, you gotta let that bounce off your shoulders. Like that ain't nothing to a boss. You gotta keep it moving. Like people gonna talk, but seeing how he's stressing in the pulpit and he rocking back and forth, and this is really weighing on this man. So I don't know, man. The lawsuits, that's like Cardi B suing Tasha K. It must have struck a nerve.
Pretty much.
Cause if you got millions of dollars and people out there talking, you figure that comes with the territory. This ain't the first time somebody said something about TD Jakes, but he is maybe you want to know what I think it is. I think he trying to save his legacy while he can. He just not gonna let it go up to shit because Bill Cosby, when they was talking all that jazz about him, he was trying to be the bigger person and just dust it off, and eventually he ended up in jail. But if he would have caught that when it first started, then maybe he could have took the gas out of their engines.
It's too late now, man. Information out there. Imagine when somebody actually has real proof.
Oh my God, that's gonna be horrible. Horrible, man. But he got money. He can call people and talk to people before they press the upload button. He could have a samurai over there chop their damn head off.
So you know they got money and know people that know people, man. They try to straighten it out before it just hit mainstream and shit, man. You know how that shit work.
See, I feel like my purpose on YouTube is to give the brothers the benefit of the doubt because that's something nobody else is willing to do. They automatically gonna believe whatever's that's said about a brother. A brother don't stand a hope besides what's going on here on S.A.T.
Real shit, man.
I'm
You
rolling
ain't
with the
lying,
pastor.
brother.
I'm rolling with the pastor off just because he never did nothing to incline that he's that type of man. He always gave the beautiful Sunday services. Ain't no telling how many Sundays this man brought it home with the word of the Lord and he set people up for their weeks. You don't know what people going through. People be on the edge. They about to lose it all. They just don't know what to do. And they hear TD Jakes give that word and they fight through whatever it is and do better. They wind up starting families and stuff based off of this man work. People live by his message, and I ain't trying to give him credit. I'm trying to give the Lord credit, but I wouldn't doubt the Lord, so I'm gonna give TD Jakes the benefit of the doubt. How about that?
Nah, bro, you got to look at that picture you got up on the screen, man. His face say everything you need to know, bro.
No, don't do that to the pastor. He a good man. He good. Why can't we have good brothers in our community, man? If TD Jakes bad, me and you don't stand a chance.
We never did it, man. We part of the system, man. They got an agenda they trying to push. Kamala ain't get in, so you know what it is. They trying to push that ZESTY shit to the top. Shit, wow, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
and you
stand up.
condoning this mad. I'm glad you said that, because they pushing all this shit, and you got brothers pushing it on other brothers, so you know it got something to do with some money. A brother ain't even trying to speak on another man if there ain't no money involved. A brother ain't trying
Okay.
to do a damn thing if there ain't no money involved.
You damn sure can't get no support unless you're paying them.
This ain't no charity case about TD Jakes. He ain't doing this for the love and for the strap. Best believe somebody put a stack in this man's hand and he expecting some more.
It's crazy. You ain't even see a woman come out yet out of church talking about she been fondled. It's always a brother. It's making us look bad, Sean.
These podcasters, they be like, hey man, I'm reaching out because I want to talk to you. Heard you got some TD Jakes allegations. I would love it if you come on my platform and give me a little something. They going to send you an invoice, 25 G's.
That's wild.
Ain't doing shit for free. You think this man put his face out there, all this shit he going through for free? He looking at this like this a full-time job. He probably
Hey,
in
man.
debt. Ain't no telling what his financial situation looking like. He like, oh, TD Jakes sitting on all that money. What he gonna do to get rid of me?
Right. You gonna have to settle it out in court, man. You got to break bread, bro.
Settle it out in court against a how malicious is that? He's a pastor, for crying out loud. Okay, let's say the situation is true. There's other ways you can go about it, my brother.
How you figure, man? He hurt. You don't see the pain in his face? Look at him. He's hurt. That man been fondled, man. Look at his goatee. That shit ain't even connected right, man.
Period.
It's zesty.
Period.
He said that he trusted TD Jakes. He broke down crying and felt like he finally met somebody that he could trust. So basically, he got broken down like a bitch. He got broken down.
Damn right, TD Jakes broke that ass down. What you think he was gonna do? Help him out? Give him a helping hand?
Like, I'm your father, I'm your mother, and I'm your sister too. He put
My boy
that
got
game on his
swallowed.
ass.
He got
Good
swallowed,
man.
my nigga. Pause.
Like, have you ever been swallowed? I would have threw up in TD Jakes' face.
And then he hugged him, man. That's yo, man. Nah, man, they got to get him up off of them, man.
You would have been thinking about them Bentleys, them Lambos, them Rolls Royces. When he hugged you, you probably would have been like, hey.
Oh, no, he ain't hugging me, man. It's a fight.
A lot of brothers would have hopped straight on his lap like he's Santa Claus and told him everything they want for Christmas. Like, ho, 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 you boys is ho, ho, ho's.
It's crazy, man.
TD Jakes hit that ass one time and don't never call you back. You gonna be hurt and distraught.
I'm talking about just leave your fucking, like you said, leave him an invoice after the fact.
You show up to the church with a halter top on, talking about TD, remember me, remember me, remember me. He gonna act like he don't even see your ass.
Okay. Keep preaching, too.
Keep on preaching. You know what, brother? I appreciate. Oh shit, we bootlegged as hell. Damn, I'm up here trying to be slick. Shit, all bootleg. We appreciate you, brother, man. You called in here, dogging out every brother you could possibly think of, and you wrong for that. And we appreciate you though. That's why the next time we go live, you gotta call back, man. We gonna be looking forward to that, man. You be good out there. We gonna holler at you, brother. Real talk. You be good. All right, take care now. Be good. Shout out to that brother, man. I just can't call it. I'm riding with my pastor. Might as well. I've been riding this long. He been riding with me when I was going through some dark times, man, just like Diddy, but not like Diddy. No Diddy. But I was going through some dark times, man. I was a young man. I finally moved out on my own for the first time. And I realized just because you could do something don't mean you should do something. And that's a lesson that stuck with me. I had all the freedom in the world. I could have whoever I want come over. And I realized people didn't appreciate the things that I had. My friends would come over to my place, mess it all up, making all that noise. They ain't give a damn. It ain't like they had to pay the damn bill. Mind you, I'm 18, 19 years old, figuring things out. I needed the mentorship. I ain't have no big brother, no father figure, no nothing like that. I turned to TD Jakes and I listened to his word, man. He helped me get through them dark nights. He gave me the strength to go through another day. And that's why I don't believe none of this mess about this pastor. The stakes is too high. People trying to figure out ways to get paid. Y'all gonna have to call in and let me know what y'all think about this, man. Cause I ain't going out like that. I'm not just gonna turn on the brother that's done so much good just because one person said that he did some bad. Listen at this, man.
Who understood. I'm sitting
Hold on,
at his sleeping place, which at the time was, there was a, we befriended kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car. And so we did. We took him out to eat. And it was decided after we were done taking him out to eat that I would be the person to take him back to his sleeping place,
and I bet he paid for the dinner. I'm pretty sure TD Jakes paid for they probably ordered it up at Roof Chris. It's big old steaks, lobster macaroni and cheese. He borrowed his mama car. TD Jakes ain't got no car. I'm pretty sure he got limousines and shit. He ain't got to ask nobody for a damn thing. He had to borrow his mama's car to take TD Jakes to go get something to eat. So he was already scheming. Hey, young man, it really ain't even that deep. They got cars. How you think they get to church? You mean to tell me TD Jakes ain't have a way to get to a motherfucking restaurant? Come on, man. Y'all need to connect these dots.
At the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home.
Sweet Mrs. Giles. Sweet Miss Giles. Whenever TD come to town, she cleaned up. He got a nice place to stay. She makes sure he got all he want. He ain't got to want for nothing. So you mean to tell me she got a whole TD Jakes at her house and she went upstairs to watch Matlock and left him alone with the driver? She must have had to use the bathroom bad. What the hell they ate at that restaurant? They must was in a chili dog eating contest or something. She left TD Jakes with this boy alone for 2 hours. Where the hell, she had to do? She was in there studying her Bible and messed around and fell asleep with her face between the pages. How you gonna have TD Jakes at your house and just venture off somewhere? What if he needed something? What if he don't know where the forks and the papers and stuff at? What if he got hungry? That's a horrible hostess. I don't know about this part.
The person to take him back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it. And they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in. We sat down at a very long dining room table in a room that she had. And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it.
He not your man though. That's where you fucked up. How we know you ain't the one that went in for a kiss? How we know you ain't the one that got emotional with the pastor? He talking about he finally found somebody that get it. Like he found his soulmate because TD Jakes had a 2-hour long conversation with this man. He probably figured this man needs some mentorship. Like something wrong with that fella. You come on in here. Come get some of this anointing, young man. You need it more than anything. I see them Diddy demons. TD Jakes probably seen the demons. Seeing that this boy was disturbed. Seeing how he stole his mama car. He probably tried to kiss on TD. Hello. Who this is here, man?
Hey, what's up, Sean? This your man, Short Man, man. I'm calling in to holler at you.
Oh, that's what it is. We appreciate that too. We talking about this dude with these allegations against TD Jakes. He just admitted that he was crying his eyes out. He said that he finally found his soulmate. And at the end of the conversation, when he went to hug TD Jakes, TD tried to kiss him. But I'm saying it's a possibility he probably tried to kiss on TD.
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Look, I grew up like in the 80s, man. My mother is a pastor, a preacher, and everything like that. I grew up in the church and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So to understand where this man is coming from, I can understand the situation. I'm from the South. I'm from Mississippi, Wiggins, Mississippi, bro, and. Mm-hmm. When we was coming up, man, when you heard the name Bishop in our church, when we go around and it was all about church, it was very well accepted. Our mothers, our grandmothers, they worship these men, and I'm being honest with you. This is true. This is true events. Mm-hmm. I never been a witness. I never been hit on by a bishop, but I will say this: if him, as at that time, a man as a man, mm-hmm. if a man come on to me and I'm not feeling it, I'm not going back, and that's all I got to say, man. And that's real talk. I mean, I'm not discrediting him. I'm not discrediting anybody, but I will say that, in the South, man, churches are like that, man. When the bishops come into town, our moms or our grandmothers, they welcome them in the homes and stuff like that. And I can feel him on that. You know what I mean? And this is why I'm calling it, because I don't see a wrong in his mother or grandmother, whomever he said, because that's just normal. That's normal when you're affiliated with churches, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, if that's the norm, then that means our whole African American experience been zesty. Because the church is the foundation of all that we have. If it wasn't for the church, we wouldn't even have a sense of anything.
Again, this is what I want to say. Not all of them are like that. I've never been approached in that manner, and I've been under many ministers, male and female, bishops and everything like that. My mother has hosted many of them when they come in town, and I've never been. I've been in rooms with them. I've never been approached like that. So I just want to put it out there, because I don't want, just because, the statue, as they put, is TD Jakes, and he's coming out to be zesty. Hey man, look. Hey man, I'm a Christian, bro. All men of God is not like that, bro. And I just want to put that out there, man. And for each his own. You know what I mean? But I have never been put out there, and I'm putting it out there like that, bro, because I've been raised in the church since I was a little boy. I've been under men ministers. I've been under bishops. I've been under female ministers, and my mama is a minister. I was raised a man of God, and I just don't want people to think that all men of God and all bishops are like this. But they're not, bro. They're not. And for this man experience, it may be just his experience. But again, I'm going to tell you, I've been in the church. I'm 46 years old. I'm from the deep South. I've been around multiple ministers. They have multiple ministers have stayed at my mama's house. Multiple. Okay? And it was nothing like that. It was just, it was as we call Southern hospitality when the bishops come in town, because we was in churches, with a string of churches and stuff like that, man. So I'm
Hey,
not
man.
this guy's story, man.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, bro.
Not trying to cut you off.
I want to put that out there.
Yeah, that's real, man. And not to cut you off, man, but for the people out there, there's a movie called American Beauty. And if you've seen it, you've seen it, man. It's about
American Beauty?
Yeah, it's about this dude. Yeah, he got the next door neighbor, the young kid. He's selling all the weed and everything, and and his father is a big gay basher. Like he always with the slurs and stuff. His father act like he just hate zesty people or whatever. You remember the scene where his father saw the neighbor outside and he walked up on him and he kissed him on his lips and he looking like, whoa. Yeah. He was like, hold on, bro. He was like, this ain't that type of party. He thought that the neighbor was fooling with his son, so he was like, hell, I want in on this too with his zesty ass.
I gotta kill him.
He killed the man because he did some zesty shit.
Yeah, I remember, bro.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way.
A great movie. But with TD this man, he the flimsy one. He the one crying, oh, TD, I met my soulmate, oh, TD. And he go to get this man a hug. He talking about TD Jakes kissed him, but it's a possibility he did some old American Beauty shit to TD Jakes.
Because he thought this man was trying to sleep with his son. You know what I mean? And he ended up trying to sleep with him, but it was the wrong thing.
In the rain. In the rain. He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He said, "Sir, you must got me fucked up, but it ain't even like that." He blew that man brains out.
Yeah, he had to kill him. His secret couldn't go out. You know what I'm saying? He had to kill him. He had to kill him, son. Some people like that, man. I mean, I believe. Hey, look, I want to say I just want to. If you have me say that, I want to say to anybody out there right now, man. Live your truth, man. I mean, look, man. It don't matter what you do and anything like that. Your urges and everything, because it will end up that way, Sean. Mm-hmm. People get hurt behind these things. I mean, why you think Diddy did the things that he did to hide his secrets? He was that same dude that was in American Beauty. He didn't want his secrets to get out.
No, they didn't give a fuck. Because he went up to the Breakfast Club. They cracked zesty jokes on him all the time. He laughed it off with a he didn't give a damn what people thought about him. Diddy wanted people to know he was zesty. He didn't give a fuck. I don't think he cares still. What's up?
Hey, Sean, let me tell you something, though. Let me ask you this, though. Check this out. Did you see the movie Blink Twice, right?
I gotta watch. People keep on talking about this movie. That's a movie that I never seen. Where can I get that movie?
All right, but look, let me tell you something. At the end of the movie, the guy that was giving the girls the drugs, he was also consuming drugs. And then all of a sudden, he snapped out of it, and he realized, oh my God, what am I doing? Okay, if you look at the interview with Nori and Diddy was coming on to Fabulous, right? Mm-hmm. Who's to say? I'm just throwing it out there. If you look at the movie, I want you to look at the movie. I'm just throwing it out there. Who's to say that Diddy is in the same mindset that he's putting everybody else in, where he don't remember what the hell he was doing?
Well, when it comes to TD Jakes, he's a pastor, a man of the Lord. He
never should have been at them parties. Nah,
It don't, man. He's a man
yeah.
of God. Is if he want to go to a party with his people, that's saying he can't be at no black festivity. TD Jakes have a stroke. He should have never been at KFC. He should have never ate that Popeyes. All to TD Jakes eating at them ghetto ass Wendy's. Now his ass in the hospital. He can't enjoy himself. He can't be around other people of color that got money, that got wealth. So what? He went to a party. It ain't like he was freaking off at the party.
Not a man of his statue as portraying it.
Man, would you freak
yeah.
off in front of if you at a party and TD Jakes there, you trying to get naughty and turn up and bust it down at the party in front of TD Jakes?
He don't need to be there. Honestly, look. That's why I'm saying, okay, all bishops are not like that. His mindset was not of total, the domination of the human spirit. He in himself had a platform that thousands of people come there. All right. Why are you going to a party? You don't need to. Not a man of his stature.
The church is a party. The church is a party. The church is the party with the best music in town, the best band, the best choir, the best drummer, the best guitars.
We talking about TD Jakes. What are we talking about here?
Man, we appreciated everything. You know what I'm saying? A party is a party. And you know what? You turned this video into a full party. That's why we got to thank you so much for calling in, brother. You did your thing this time, man. You brought all the heat, and I appreciate every last bit of them flames, dog. No diddy. Yeah. And make sure you call back the next time we go live. Real talk, man. You be good out there. That's what it is. Y'all condemn brothers for parties. Y'all don't want TD Jakes to have a drink. Y'all don't want him to do a damn thing. What's the point in having all that money if he can't enjoy himself? Y'all see TD Jakes dancing, having a good time, and y'all get mad, talking about that's ungodly, that's unworldly. Like he just supposed to sit in a cloak with his head down all day. He working with millions of dollars. Hell yeah, he went to that Diddy party. He probably squeezed some ass while he was up in there too. You only live once. He probably seen a bad bitch at a Diddy party. Like, excuse me, can you tap that girl for me? What y'all want him to do? Y'all don't think he got game? He got people coming at him left and right. The last thing he need to do is grab some boy. Some unwilling young man driving his mama's car when he got Bentleys and Range Rovers and shit. Hell, he know Diddy. The fuck, he can, what? If it was really going down like that, all them athletes, all them ball players, all them people with money that he know, them congressmen, them doctors, them lawyers, they can get him a boy, a dog, a cat, a hoe. Them old ladies in the church could break him off whatever he want. They got nieces, nephews, cousins, uncles. Y'all act like he ain't got access to people. Like he gotta take some cookies. Like he ain't motherfucking TD Jakes. All them zesty daddies in the church, y'all know they willing. All them hot boys running around the church, they stick their tongue out real far when they do communion. Y'all, matter of fact, I'm gonna shut up. Y'all listen at this,
him
man.
Back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it. And they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in, we sat down at a very long dining room table in a room that she had. And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it.
This motherfucker was in love. He was in love. He fell in love with the pastor. If TD Jakes was trying to get them cheeks, he wouldn't have had him sitting at no long ass dining room table. That ain't cozy. How you gonna make your moves on somebody when you sitting at a table like on Coming to America? They allegedly was talking to each other through an intercom, y'all. Is everything okay, my son? It was his ass that got up and went down there to go see TD Jakes. He the one that got up and went down there to hug that. He could have just left. When the conversation over, nigga, leave. He could have waved at TD Jakes, did a nice salute. I'll holler at you later. I gotta go. He could have broke out. He could have dapped him up. He could have let him know when they got close. If you try me, you don't want to try. He could have gave him that energy to let him know that ain't what time it is, man. He talking about he finally found somebody that get him, man. Like he wanted to be with TD Jakes forever. Like if he lost that man, he ain't gonna have nobody to understand. Sound like he was in love to me. Listen to this.
Crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios, and I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who
Hold on, pause, man, pause. He said what? Somebody that can get it. Get what? He finally found somebody that could get it. He was holding on to his virginity his whole damn life, allegedly. That's what he said. Listen.
Crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios, and I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who understood. I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up.
A Cinderella story. Y'all hear this bullshit? What is going on in his mind? Before the strike of midnight, he gonna go back to them rags. TD Jakes show back up to his house with a glass slipper. What the fuck? Oh, I gotta go before it's too late. He's sitting there with Prince Charming. He had to get his mother, his favorite godmother, he had to bring the damn pumpkin patch back. Or whatever he took over there. It was an amazing night. He went out with TD Jakes. They went back to the house. Man, get this shit out of here, man.
And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself.
Get the fuck, man. Shut up. TD Jakes' old ass got up and started huddling to get to the door before you left. Like you the damn superstar? Like you the billionaire? TD Jakes is, hold on, wait, young man. Hold on, wait 1 second. Hold on now. He said he was sitting right next to the door. TD Jakes got up and made it to the door before he got to the damn door. Like, don't you leave now. He talking like he was just gonna get up and slide out real quick. And TD Jakes ambushed him before he could get to the door. Come on, y'all.
Killed me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself.
He tried to walk past him. He get the shit out of here. Hello, this is, man.
This Tabisha.
What's going on?
I was just watching your show, and I mean, you already saying it. If this the brother on the air, because I was.
Oh man, we need you to cut that off. That sound bad in the back. Because we need you to cut that off, pretty please.
He just seemed like he lying. He just starving for attention right now.
Yeah, But why was he got the salt and pepper all in his head? He old and gray. Like, why would he feel like now is his time to shine?
Because he's thirsty for attention. He not getting it from his daddy like he thought, and he not famous like his daddy. So the only time he get attention is when he coming on the internet, all of a sudden telling some deep dark secret.
It's bootleg. You got that stuff on in the back. This ain't no 5-star presentation. Why y'all do that, man? I only asked for one thing. We trying to have it crystal clear. We ain't hear nothing you said because you got Bugs Bunny and stuff talking in the background. And you still got it on. We appreciate your call, but we got to keep it 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you had some good stuff to say, but we can't hear it because you got the TV on so loud in the back, man. Can you please?
I was listening to it.
Oh, man, we need you to cut that off, please, because it sounds horrible.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to your show. That's why I called in.
Hey, and I appreciate that too, man. Ain't nothing.
Buddy, I was listening to y'all. That wasn't Bugs
Man,
Bunny.
that ain't nothing but love.
Y'all.
We so glad that you listening and you called in, man. I'm very grateful for that. But you feel like that this man is lying on TD Jakes?
I feel like he lying. He disrespecting because he don't have no action going on. The last action that came on was about him and his wife stealing babies and stuff. That was the last thing that we heard from him on the internet.
You talking about Dwayne Youngblood?
Yeah, I'm talking about TD Jake's son. Other than that, he ain't said nothing else. He don't have no attention. You know what I'm saying? This is it. The only way he could get attention, and he ain't even giving nothing straight. We already got him in the freak off, so what else do we really need from him? He ain't even saying nothing crystal clear. He just talking riddles.
Yeah, but you know, people willing to listen. That's the thing about it. People hear things and say, people decide if they want to believe it or not.
I stopped. I just sent my kids to bed and I seen you on the air and I was like, what Brett saying now? But he wasn't saying nothing worth saying. I just wanted to add my 2 cents and to see if the number worked, to see if y'all was really listening to folks.
Oh man, that's real talk.
I'm gonna log y'all in.
Oh, that's what's up. Hey, thank you so much for your call, baby. Don't be no stranger. Call back whenever you feel like it. We really do appreciate you. All right, you take care. Enjoy your week, too. All right, take care now. All right, goodbye. Thank her so much for a phone call, man. But y'all got to see this. Dwayne Youngblood, a former pastor and ex-convict, recently resurfaced in the public domain with accusations against TD Jakes, a bishop intimately familiar to many Americans. The allegations placed by Dwayne had prompted a federal defamation lawsuit filed by Jakes, thereby reviving attention on cases of Dwayne being a convicted sex offender. And y'all willing to tear down TD Jakes for a brother that been arrested for doing what he claiming that TD Jakes did, and TD Jakes ain't never been arrested for this? No wonder the pastor stressing. He can't believe it. People would rather believe somebody else's word when they've been listening to his word for the past 40 years. What is the world coming to, man? His offenses started in 2006 when he was convicted for the sexual assault of a 15-year-old boy whom he was counseling. He trying to put his demons on TD Jakes because he a damn deviant pastor. He trying to cleanse his soul by using TD Jakes' rag. This was followed by a prison term of 49 years, of which he served a part before being released on probation. He a damn convict. He done did a hard time for messing with them boys. Now he trying to put it on trying to make it seem like TD Jakes the reason why he turned into a molester. Hurt people or some shit. And I ain't trying to say that he lying, but I don't believe it. And that's my choice. I ain't gotta believe it. The same way y'all ain't gotta believe it if you don't want to. Can't nobody make you believe something that you don't want to believe. But the sad part about it is a lot of y'all want to believe something like this against somebody like TD Jakes. I mean, damn. He don't get the benefit of the doubt. Y'all been rocking with him for this long. Same thing with Diddy. Y'all been listening to his music. You knuckles been wearing his clothes. Y'all been drinking his liquor. Still won't get nobody the benefit of the doubt. According to CBS News, in 2014, the same year he left prison on probation, Dwayne was charged with corrupting the morals of a minor after he was accused of sexually molesting another teenager for 2.5 years. So he a serial molester. The alleged abuse happened during counseling sessions in the church, in which his sheer role was to guide young people, but instead he exploited his position of trust. Here, the victim stated that Youngblood had way too many bottles of liquor. He said Youngblood had a way of telling the victim not to divulge the abuse to anyone. After these I just seen a movie like that on Tubi not that long ago, man. I wish I remember what it was. This man had a church, and his son got violated, and his wife found out about it. Hold on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all seen it out there. Hold on. Hopefully this pop up. This ain't is this the movie? God forgive, no, that ain't it. It's damn show on Tubi though. I forgot what it's called, but it was a horror. It was sad, man. You can't even trust people in the church. They taking advantage of the kids, telling them to be quiet, don't say. It's sick, man. And this type of stuff happen everywhere. With that being said, I'm still rolling with my pastor. Hey, you know he innocent until proven guilty. What y'all gonna do about it besides say shit on YouTube all day? What y'all gonna do? Y'all ain't got no proof. This man ain't no proof. He a damn ex-con. All he's saying about TD Jakes, he done did it to somebody else.
Face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died. I could not. I tell you,
you must really like that shit. To die, as Shakespeare put it, is to have a climax. He said, I literally died like, oh. He fainted in TD Jakes' arms. Like, oh God, he just gave up the ghost. Like a damn diva. Shit, he would have been literally dead. Fucking with me. He said he literally died when TD Jakes put his tongue in his mouth. Just, He said he died. Come on, man. No man say no shit. I could see if he said, I literally killed that motherfucker. As soon as he put his tongue in my mouth. I need to take a break. Because all this stuff don't make no sense to me. If it makes sense to y'all, then that's good for y'all. But I ain't no damn dummy. Been doing these YouTube videos for way too long. I can smell bullshit a mile away. I literally. He's still alive, telling his story. Talk about he literally died. Why is he lying on the pastor while he lying on the pastor while he lying on the pastor, man? And y'all out there believing it. TD Jakes an old man. He out here filing lawsuits to shut these people up. It shouldn't even be like that. And you know the sad part about it is, if he had faith in his congregation, If he felt like his congregation had faith in him, he wouldn't have had to file no lawsuit. They could have got together and prayed. When there's three or more of us in the midst, the Lord is always lurking. Ain't that what they say? All them church ladies, all it take is one prayer. But they ain't got no faith in the pastor no more. He ain't got nobody to go to but the Lord. And if that ain't working, he took it to the courtroom. Listen to
this
this.
day, I can't remember how I got out of that place. But I remember driving home with all kinds of crazy thoughts and what in the world am I going to do now? And I finally get home, get in the house, get in the bed. I'm going to try to go to sleep. And I get to sleep and get up in the morning, and in the morning.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with this? Now, he probably had that Zesty song. He probably put that shit on blast on the way home. What I'm gonna do? Shit, you gonna go home and tell your mama that TD Jakes tried to put his nasty ass, old ass tongue down your throat. Now you hush that talking. You hush that talk. Don't you dare say nothing about TD Jakes. Boy, I know you've been zesty. You've been zesty since the day you was born. You came on to him. You came on to him. His mother probably would have apologized to TD Jakes. Like, I know my son been misbehaving, but he been a fan of your work for a long time. The motherfucker stole my car just to take you to dinner. Stole his mama car so he could spend the day with TD Jakes. That's how infatuated he was. Listen to this.
Easy thoughts and what in the world am I going to do now? And I finally get home, get in the house, get in the bed. I'm going to try to go to sleep. And I get to sleep and get up in the morning. And in the morning, I step into our bathroom and my home phone rings. My mother answers the phone and she says to me, Wayne, it's Elder Jakes. And I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a bathtub. And in that thing, he says to me, without any hesitation, there's three things I need you to do. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with.
Okay, niggas want to play, we can play too. Who put this thing together? Me, that's who. And when I come to town, you're going to be the only motherfucker I sleep with, man. Just me and you. Hey, another Quaalude? He gonna love me in the morning. He's sitting over there at Miss Gladys' house in her tub full of bubbles. Hey, baby, can you hand me the phone, please? Call that young man. Call that young man that just left here. Call him, Etta. Call him. He pulling zesty moves at this lady's house, man. Like, yes, TD. Who made him a bubble bath? Can you bring the phone in here for me as well? I gotta make a phone call. Do you know that young man's number? Do you have his number? Like, the next time when I come to town. Why would he say that unless they already slept with each other, man? How you gonna make arrangements for some shit you ain't never even had? He said he ran out there, or when he literally died, is he trying to say that TD Jakes took advantage of him? Y'all gonna have to make it make sense. He called him from a bubble bath. He could hear the water splashing in the back, while TD Jakes got a big old cigar in his mouth with the Bible tucked on the side. Get the out of here, man. Hold on, run that back.
Bathroom, and my home phone rings. My mother answers the phone.
What time is it, man? Y'all went out to dinner, got all the way home. Y'all sat down for 2 hours and talked. Ain't no telling how long it took for him to get home. And then when he get home, TD Jake's still out there on the prowl.
And she says to me, Wayne, it's Elder Jakes. And I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a...
His mama ain't tried to chop it up with TD Jakes for 5 minutes. You mean to tell me his mama answered the phone and TD Jakes was on the other line and she just handed her son the phone? She ain't say, oh my Lord, praise Jesus, TD Jakes, how are you? She ain't ask him to pray for her or nothing. Ain't no way. Any mother, especially a mother of color in America, TD Jakes on their phone, they ain't about just to pass the phone to their child. Especially he called her phone. Come on, man. She immediately gave him the phone, talking about Elder Jakes is on the phone, and went on about her business. Like she ain't asked what the hell he said when he got off the phone. You got plenty of opportunities. Come on, man. Listen to this.
And my home phone rings. My mother answers the phone and she says to me, Wayne, it's Elder Jakes. And I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a bathtub. And in that thing, he says to me, without any hesitation, there's 3 things I need you to do. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with. The second one is, you can't sleep with anybody else because I don't want to give my wife anything. And thirdly, I will take care of you the rest of your life. I can't to this day remember.
Come on, man. Did he give up the booty or no? Hello, who this is, man?
Yes, this is Nisi. How you doing?
Oh, Nisi, I'm so glad you called in. I'm over here losing my mind listening to this. How
I
you
know
feel
you
about all
losing
this?
your mind. Oh my
Oh,
God, dude is
man.
lying. He just lying. He lying his butt off. Question: why would you take the phone if you literally died from leaving TD Jakes, but now all of a sudden he calls the phone, the house phone, and your mama brings the phone to you, and you answers the phone? Make sense. Why would you even be
Now,
on the phone with him?
if TD Jakes hit the tub right after he left, and by the time he made it home, he calling him laying down some ground rules, he must have told that. He must have put it down on Mr. Jakes.
No, dude is in love with this man. You can tell just by his actions. And I'm just asking a question. I want to know what real man is wanting to tell this type of story to the public.
I don't know, but it's a lot of men out here doing the same. That's what men doing. You get online, it's a bunch of old ass men on thumbnails with allegations speaking on other men. They all over the internet. That's what brothers doing,
These are
older brothers.
men that I just believe, as a woman, they need some love from their mama. They missing that mama's love, because I cannot see a man doing this type of nonsense, handling himself this way. Because men handle their business. They don't go out here running other men down like that.
Hey, we in the new time. We in the new era, man. We knew, things was changing as far as manhood is
And it is
concerned.
really changing to the point to where brothers are doing this. This is really downright crazy. As a woman who grew up in the home with my father was a pastor, and my father and mother was married for 50 years, and my father and mother was in our lives, 4 kids for those 50 years. All of this nonsense that I'm experiencing and seeing now, I don't. This is new, but it's scary, especially to see people putting their mouths on the man of God, to not think that they're, even though, I'm going to use, for example, if T.D. Jakes did anything out of line, God still tells us to touch not my anointed. That's for me to do. That's not for you to do. You don't put your mouth on him, and you do not go out and blaspheme him, and you don't scandalize his name. That's my job. I don't need you to do my job. I'm going to handle him. But for the things, the way that I see people is so casually putting their mouth on the man of God. We're living in some scary times.
Well, he out here asking people if they ever been swallowed. So who putting their mouths on who, man? He the man of God talking about somebody being swallowed.
I mean, listen, again, even if he's doing that, I again say that's going to be a consequence between he and God. God is expecting for us to be who he have called us to be, and that's submissive unto God, because man will let us down every time. That's man's responsibility to let us down, but it's our responsibility to withhold the faith and the truth of God. But when you're out here just putting your mouth on this man, and this dude here, I'm sorry, with your background, I believe nothing you say. He's not credible.
You know what's messed up? They tell us to respect our elders, but we watch our elders disrespect their elders. This man is an elder. T.D. Jakes is more elderly than him. How he out here disrespect? How you gonna respect your elders when your elders don't even respect their elders?
Exactly. My point exactly. And my last point is, why would T.D. Jakes want to take anything from anyone when this man? I mean, even with Diddy, why would these people want to take something from someone when they got money and they can go buy it?
Yeah, well,
that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, his story, and he said he literally died in T.D. Jakes' arms. So did he pass
T.D.
out?
Jakes, but then you answer the phone. Make it make sense, people.
But
I in no way am I abuser. I don't want to have nothing to do with someone that has tried to abuse me in a sexual way, in any way that I have not approved. You answering the phone because that's who you really, and it probably wasn't T.D. Jakes. It was probably someone else, and he was hoping it was T.D. Jakes.
He said, there's 3 things I want you to do. He said, whenever I come to Pittsburgh, I want you to be the only person I have sex with. Number 2, I don't want you having sex with nobody else because I don't want to give my wife nothing. Okay, if you the only person in Pittsburgh, that mean that every other state, he got that one-on-one.
Somebody else.
So why would he be concerned about giving his wife something when he got somebody in every state?
Thank you. In every state. Because you got to know you're not the only one.
He said the only person in Pittsburgh.
And then you done been locked up, so why would that man want to even touch you?
Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, man.
Because we know you done gave up the ghost.
And working in the pulpit, working in the church with people, demons in the church, man. A full demon in the house of the Lord. Can you believe it?
Just step down, get out of the pulpit, and let God be great, because at the end of the day, God is going to hold each and every one of us accountable for our good and our bad deeds. But all I can say to this young man here, woe unto you. Woe unto you. Because there's going to be a day of reckoning. This stuff here is unacceptable. And for what's his name to even interview him, he's just as messy and gay as he is. So, birds of a feather flock together. So,
how do you feel about T.D. Jakes filing a lawsuit against this man? Do you feel like that's a good look or a bad look?
Yes, at this point, when you're discriminating and you're going as far as you're going to discredit this man's character, this man's ability of being the pastor of a large flock, yes, he has to do what he has to do. And I promise you, it wasn't him that put forth an effort. He have people in place that did this. They made this happen. He didn't have a choice in the matter.
You know, when people come together to do these productions on YouTube, when they come together to do these blogs, they got to keep in mind that, okay, the mission is to slander a black pastor.
Yes. Thank you, sweetie.
And they put their
No,
minds
the
together.
mission is, I'm sorry, the mission is, and this is where people better wake up. The mission is to incriminate every black man you possibly can. Why do you say that, Nisi? Because if you never read the Willie Lynch letter, I think you better go read it.
You know, it's been hunting season ever since we had our first black president. What you think?
Well, hey, it was hunting season before. Well, it was hunting season for me because before my father passed in 2007, and before he passed, he had a meeting with us, and he asked us, did we know anything about this man? I said no. He said, okay, well, God has revealed something to me, and I said, what is it? And we was sitting there waiting. He said, God has shown me this man is going to be the death of the world. And when he opened that floodgate to hell, to same-sex marriage, what has been happening?
Damn, I don't want to say all that about the brother, but I have seen a lot of changes since he been, especially.
I'm telling you.
Been a lot of changes. And, you know, brothers, men of color, it's like we our number one target. It's always been black on black crime, but they taking the black on black crime into the YouTube streets.
Well, they're taking it not just to the YouTube streets, they're taking it to mainstream media. And and once it gets to mainstream media, their next stop is prison.
Yeah. That's where they going. That's where they headed, man. If they could lie,
and
if they
you
could
don't
round them all
understand what
up.
the Willie Lynch letter said, we cannot shackle them the way they were shackled before. But where we're going to start is through the men.
I ain't know that part. That's what it said?
That's what it says.
Damn. Yeah, because you figure that's the enforcer. Yeah, that's the enforcer.
Yes, that the man is he's the glue to the family. So when you get the man out of the home, there goes the family.
That's it. But you know, women manage to maintain big families with nothing but women's in there. You know, the men is obsolete.
They manage,
really.
But listen at this here. If you look at a lot of women that have maintained, you know, large families, men come out of that family, it's very few and in between men that literally grow up to just be, you know, just structured men. A lot of them is messed up some way or another. Because they're still longing for that male figure. But with what God designed, it's not what we're seeing. His design was for the man, the man to show the daughter how to become the woman that God has desired for her to be, and that woman to groom her son to become the man that God desired him to be. That's where the breakdown comes within the family. We're thinking that it's supposed to be the man showing the boy how to be. No, that woman is going to be the one to show him, because her husband is going to show the family how it's supposed to be. So when that daughter is going out looking for her soulmate or looking at a man, she's looking for someone that's like her father. But if her father is nowhere to be found, or he's not in her life, then she's going to more than likely be in and out of relationships.
That's so sad. But that's real. That's how it go. But, you know, I'm glad you said all that, because a lot of people don't have a father figure whatsoever. And T.D. Jakes filled that void for plenty of people out there.
For plenty of people out there. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Our father.
And I saw somebody in your chat mentioning the pastor over at New Birth, that used to be at New Birth, that died. I'm just not going to agree with that with the statement that was made regarding even he,
Eddie
because
Long.
yes, I
Yeah.
just can't agree with that because people can put a jacket on your back. They can wake up in the morning and just put a jacket on your back just because. We won't understand until that jacket is on our back.
Yeah, it was
Because
so.
you got your own children now that can put a jacket on your back, and you got to live with that for the remainder of your life. And it can
And
be
you
the
know,
biggest lie.
TD Jakes starting to wither away the same way. I think the congregation is what keep these pastors big and healthy and strong. Once you
Yes,
got that following and your people gonna back you regardless, that gives you life.
that gives
But
you the strength to just push and fight on.
for
But
them,
when
not
you
just for
feel that,
you, but for them,
yes,
you got to have the strength to help these people because the church is a hospital. You got to be the man for the
yes,
job, and they
yes,
go out there
yes,
and they do incredible work every Sunday. But when you lose the faith from your people, when you lose, the
yes,
congregation, these pastors literally wither away.
they wither away because that's all they know. That's their life.
They shouldn't do their Don't ride with your pastor all the way, and when it gets to the
Now,
end.
don't be a part-time Christian. Be a full-time Christian. If you're a full-time Christian, be that full-time Christian. God didn't call us to be the judge and the jury. He called us to be Christians.
Yeah. That stress is messed up. The stress eat away at the pastors because you figure the Lord is literally all they have in the end.
That's it. And God is not going to, if we don't understand Revelations, we better start understanding Revelations, because those that know the word and have been giving us the word, God is taking them away. He's removing them. And it's been said in Revelations and numerous chapters that we are going to want the word and we're not going to be able to find the word.
Because we don't ran it all. We don't
We don't,
destroy the
hey,
word.
we done run it to the grave.
Yeah. People rather hear. And shout out to all the YouTubers that got platforms, but YouTube is the new church. People.
Yes, yes, yes. It can be an uplifting, or it can be the most detriment to your life.
And you know what's messed up? It's a lot of people that abandon the church altogether because they figure, especially after the pandemic, they can
Oh
just get it
yes.
online. So now in the
And then
modern
let me
day,
tell you, that's not what the Bible says. I'm sorry. Don't misquote the word, because the Bible says to not forsake thyself together in His name. So you cannot get the word on your own. You have to go into the temple. That's
and what
where He's
about
expecting for us to go into the temple to receive the word from the man that God has placed as overseer of our soul.
yeah, that's real. And what about the people that get on the YouTube search and they type in TD Jakes because they want to hear a good word, they want to hear some affirmations, some anointings, and they type in TD Jakes, and the
And they
first
see
thing
this
that pop up,
nonsense.
they see the nonsense.
Youngblood, Dwayne Youngblood, and people don't find that to be very critical and demonic. That's very demonic and
Yeah.
diminishing to any pastor, any church. You got to think about just more than just the pastor. You got to think about the church, the body of Christ.
Yeah.
And not just his body. I'm talking about the entire body of Christ, because we are the church. We are the
Yeah.
body of Christ. So anyone that is not saved and they are stumbling along the way because of something that they've seen on YouTube or what have you, because based upon this negative mess that's being spoken out here, be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. And it's people like you out here preaching the word and you telling that truth, but people would get mad at you for telling the
And
truth. They would rather be lied to.
yes, yes, yes. But hey, I'm here to tell you, I do not care at this point in my life. When God took my father, took my
Rest in
oldest
peace.
sister, my mother, hey, I'm at a point in my life. I am for God I live, and for God I'm willing to die, because it's no weapon that's formed against me gonna prosper.
That's deep. That's deep. You know what? See, that's why, a lot of our older people of color are so strong, because they instilled with that gospel. Nowadays, people be crashing out over bullshit.
Yes, I mean Kirk Franklin sliding across the stage and doing the whatever, and that to them that's church. That's having church. That's not having. That's not worshiping. Worshiping, and for people that don't understand, worshiping is when you are in that word. And I can honestly say that Bishop T.D. Jakes is he knows how to deliver the word where even a baby can understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
But
gift.
not many
That's a
people
once.
want that.
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime gift, and we ain't
Yes,
never. I
sir.
don't think we
Yes,
ever gonna
sir.
get it like that ever again. He the last. He the last one. Or the sweaty pastors. He the
They
last
are
one.
leaving here. I'm telling you, you want that feel good, you gonna get it. Just keep right on. You gonna get it. But then
These
when
new
you getting
pastors.
ready for something that's gonna stick to your soul and get you across when you can't, when the struggle is so hard, you don't know how to make ends meet, and you don't know if the meat is gonna make the ends meet. You're gonna want to find someone like a T.D. Jakes
Yep. He
that's
ain't gonna be
gonna
nowhere to
sing
be found.
one of them old 100s. Jesus, keep me near the cross.
Yeah. These new pastors, they ain't trying to sweat out their Versace and their
No,
Louis
no,
Vuitton.
no, no, no. They ain't going. They ain't going that extra mile. Once you start lying on them, they may quit in the middle of the game, because they didn't come in it for real anyway. It's all about how they went to college to get theirs.
That's right. We got to lift each other up and hold each other up and keep each other up, man. It's quit tearing each other down. And I got to thank you so much, because you called in and let the people know what time it is for real. We love you to death. What'd you say your
I love
name
you
was?
too, Niecy.
Oh, man. Look, I love you more. And
I
that's why
love
the
you
next
too.
time, oh, man, you amazing. You a godsend, man. I swear you an angel. That's why the next time when I go live, you definitely got to call back, because I'm going to be looking
I
forward to
definitely
it.
will.
Oh,
Definitely
that's what it
will.
is. Real talk. We're going to holler at you soon now. Be good.
All
Take
right.
care. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Y'all see, it's still some good people out there that believe in the word and take it seriously. We don't know how long we going to have these type of people. They the last of a dying breed. So what we going to do? Join the church of Finesse 2-Time or somebody? Join the church of Gucci Mane? Y'all would love that. Y'all would absolutely love it if Gucci Mane started a church. It'd be cars parked all down the street. That's the only way to get a lot of y'all back in the church. Is if a rapper or actor or somebody famous went out there and decided they wanted to do it big and spend all their money on the church and the congregation. Okay, let's get back into this, man. Listen to this.
Jakes, and I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a bathtub. And in that thing, he says to me, without any hesitation, there's 3 things I need you to do. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with. The second one is, you can't sleep with anybody else, because I don't want to give my wife anything.
How you gonna tell him to be the only person that you sleep? That's for his decision to make. That ain't up to him to be the only person he sleep with and pit. Why would he even? TD Jakes ain't that damn slow, man. And how you gonna call up somebody with these type of demands unless you don't already got them cheeks? Hello, who this is, man?
Hi, this is Neil.
Hey, what's going on? How you feeling?
I'm calling about the TD Jakes thing that you're
Yeah.
doing with Dwayne Youngblood.
Yeah, how you feel about
And
all this?
I'm a little bit disturbed about what the woman was saying that was just on, and I partially agree with her, and at the same time I don't, because if you have seen this video from the beginning, he talks about the fact that they had a previous professional relationship. He literally went to the man telling him how he had been sexually assaulted when he was younger. That night that he talked about, he just died because the man sat there and listened to him and then still approached him like that. So he felt disheartened. When he said he died, he was talking about the fact that how could I just tell you my story and you turn around and do this to me? If you listen to the whole video, it goes on. He actually did try to stay away from him. He got involved with, I believe it's the pastor that was either mentoring him or supervisor. I forgot how it went, but he did try to stay away from TD Jakes. And
Okay.
they ended up forcing them to work together. But even that man basically made him comfortable, took him somewhere, even for him to basically approach him in a sexual manner. So this man went through several different instances of being sexually assaulted by prominent figures. And yeah, it's terrible because TD Jakes is a major icon when it comes down to our religion, our faith. So while you do want to hold us accountable for tearing him down, also at the same time, at some point he has to be held accountable for his actions with him being in the role that he's in. You know, on both sides, something should be said.
You know,
I think it's
sister,
really bad when we put these pastors on a pedestal like they're not human, like they can't do anything wrong, and when they do, we don't want to talk about it.
you know, I hear everything you're saying, but you got to realize that you listen to a program that they put out there on YouTube. It's a programming, it's a production, lights, cameras, action. They put it together.
But if
They
this is
put it
his
together.
story, then that's his
Listen. They put it together so you can form an opinion on it and hopefully leave a comment, hit the like button and the subscribe button. And not only do you have an opinion, you got a whole theory. You got your mind made all the way up. You've been convinced at this man's account. You ain't heard nobody else's
Not
account.
necessarily.
You ain't heard
Not
TD
necessarily.
Jake's
What
account.
I'm saying is there are two sides to every story, and literally off of 10 minutes, she ripped this man apart. There's way more to this interview than just that 10 minutes that she heard. But she literally ripped him apart and immediately took TD Jake's side. There's two sides. I'm not ripping anybody apart and taking just his side. What I'm saying is there are two sides, and she just said he ripped him apart and he shouldn't have did that. He's an icon. Yes, he is. But if this is his story, understand both sides. It shouldn't be that he has to sit quiet and suffer in silence. That's not fair to him either. If it actually happened, he shouldn't have to do that.
Look,
We
I've
gotta
been through.
be open to both perspectives, not just TD Jakes is an icon, so nothing should be said because that's going to damage the black community. That's not fair to the victim.
Yeah, I've been through some things when I was a child. Older people ain't treat me right. I was a fat kid. It was older people, grown people. Hey, fat boy, fat boy. That traumatized me when I was a kid. But the only
Yeah,
way I'm going to tell
it
that
is.
story, the only way I'm going to get online and actually put that out there to the public with tears rolling down my face is if there's a bag to come along with it. I ain't doing that shit for free, especially if it ain't no market for it. Now,
Well,
if
yeah,
there's a
I
market,
don't
if
agree with
there's a
how they're doing
market,
it. It shouldn't be like that. But the fact that it was done, it also shouldn't just be, oh, you're lying. You shouldn't say anything because of his role. I don't think that that's fair.
when I was 12 years old, my best friend brother said I was a fat little boy. And I just, why would
You are
I get
insane.
online and cry and do all that for free? Now, if there's a market and there's kids that used to be overweight coming forward telling their horror stories, shit, sign me up.
Well, I mean, but he's not the only person doing it. They all are doing it. All the well, I can't say all the victims, but a lot of them are doing that. They're getting on a lot of these platforms and they're telling their story. They're telling all kinds of things, and literally it is making people feel like they have to take sides. And it shouldn't be a thing of taking sides, but everybody should be able to express themselves.
Look, when somebody pay their bills with a TD Jakes check, they ain't gonna shut up about it. As soon as you pay, I don't give a damn what bill it is, a phone bill, electric bill, the mortgage, the rent. As soon as it's paid in full, off of you running your mouth about any celebrity, you ain't gonna shut up. I ain't shut up in
So
10
you think
years.
everybody on here is getting paid?
Yes,
Everybody is getting paid. Nobody is
everybody.
doing it just to get it off their chest.
Is money to that's from the Diddy accusers, the alligator, everybody with a blog is getting paid. Ain't nobody doing this shit for free, especially when you gotta put up with the fact that people you gonna see you gonna be in the grocery store, you gonna be out public. In order to deal with all that comes along with this, hell yeah, you better be getting paid.
But does that take away from the fact of whether or not it's true?
If it was true and all these things he's saying about TD Jakes is facts, TD Jakes would have been dead a long time ago.
Why do you think he would be dead a long time ago?
The
That's
hearts of
extreme.
men, the hearts of men, we talking about men. All them thugs, all them hardcore gangsters with them, they tatted up, they out there banging. 90% of them dudes been abused. And the reason why they taking people heads off is because they been violated before and they refuse to be violated ever, never again.
That is absolutely true. I work in mental health. I can definitely say that's true.
Hey man, he must like it because he ain't got a thug bone in his body.
Well, this man also goes on to say that he also in turn turned around and went from being an abusee to an abuser. He does go into how he turned around and did some things to other people in
Two
his
wrongs don't
dealing
make
with
a
his
right.
own trauma.
Two
Yeah,
wrongs.
it's
So how could he judge
hurt
another
people is
man
the
when
excuse.
how he gonna judge how he got the right? How he gonna throw the first stone at TD Jakes and he just as guilty, even if it is true. He ain't got no business even speaking on TD Jakes.
I think he's trying to say that that's the source of it.
As long as you
But at the same
entertain,
time, I don't know how he can say that when he came to him with his story of being abused when he was younger. So I'm really not understanding. I just know it's more to the story than just that little bit. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't
you know,
understand, for real.
the sympathy is something that help people push through their life, man. If you can get somebody to have sympathy for you, even though he's a sex offender, a convict, and all this stuff, the sympathy is enough. Like the way you have sympathy for this man, he feel like victimhood makes you feel like you're innocent. Victimhood can create innocence. Now, if you're a real victim and you really been victimized, I'm praying for you because that ain't right. And I pray that you have the strength to get through every day. But some people love the feeling of victimhood because it gives them power. Not all,
Yeah.
but some people do, man. There's perks to being a victim. Megan Thee Stallion, shit, she signed up to be a victim. Even though she ain't really have to be, man. She talking about Tory Lanez blew out both of her feet.
In
Blew
mental
both of
health,
them
we call
bitches
that
off.
borderline personality, where they're attention
Hey,
seeking. They do stuff for attention. They take on other people's stories and everything else as their own experiences, and it's not the truth. It's somebody else's trauma, but they'll do
but
it just for the attention.
let me ask you this, sister. When you was listening to this interview, because you said it's more than this one part. When you was listening
Yeah.
to it, were you entertained?
No,
Tell the truth.
I was stuck with a lot of questions. Because even like she said, if it was that traumatic for you, why were you dealing with this man at all? And in some parts of the video, he says how he got put in compromising positions where he was stuck working with him. I'm sorry, I would have just been quitting. I
Mm-hmm.
can't see you allowing yourself to be placed back in a situation with this man, and it literally turned into a thing of, it sounded like he didn't want to disappoint people. Like y'all
Mm-hmm.
were talking about, you were saying something about how his mother just answered the phone and handed him the phone. They all looked up to TD Jakes, and it was like they didn't want to let anybody down. But at the same time, like you said, you out here talking. So who do you think you're letting down now? It's just a lot of questions where it just, I don't know. It doesn't
Perception.
seem right.
Perception.
It
And
doesn't seem right.
all of this is your perception. Imagine somebody else
Yeah.
hear this story, they're gonna have a whole nother perception. Everybody has a perception. That's the reason why this type of stuff becomes sensationalized and there's a lot of money because If you can get people talking about anything, it's going to generate some money. If you can spark a conversation that people are interested in, regardless of what it may be. TD Jakes is a big name, a household name, a mega church pastor. Of course he going to draw some attention if you say anything about him, especially if it's bad.
But you really got to see the whole video. It's a lot more that he says, and even with the backstory before where you started at, it's like you can kind of understand, but on the back end, it leaves you with a lot of questions because
He
some of
got
the
a lot of
things that he
nerve.
says he decided to do, it's it doesn't make sense. It doesn't flow.
He got a lot of nerve. I know that. A whole lot of nerve. Can you agree that this man,
Yeah.
speaking on TD Jakes, got a whole lot of nerve?
To say that you then turned around and did the same thing to someone else, yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
Jaguar Wright called into my show. I don't know if you heard or whatever, but on my Sean
Yeah.
Blazington show, she called in and everything, and we was talking, and we came to the conclusion. I asked her, I said, Jag, what was it like when you first started, when you was sitting in your car? You know, what made you even want to get on YouTube? She said she lost her son, and she seen a lot of people losing their lives for holding the truth. And she said something that was real key. She said, she the reason why a lot of people are breaking bad. You ever seen that show Breaking Bad where the old man, he
Yeah.
was a teacher and shit wasn't going right. He needed to get some money. He
I
had
watched
cancer.
it.
His son
Yes,
was fucked
that
up.
was
He needed to do something to get some money coming in. So he decided that he
yeah.
was going to break bad. It's a lot of older men online breaking bad
You think so?
to get that money. Hell yeah, they rolling. Well, regardless of what the consequences may be after the fact, as long as the money coming in now, they'll deal with that shit later. It's like selling dope. And you
I know it's
hooked.
a lot of people's.
You
I know it's
itching.
a lot of
You
people's
talking about you
stories
got
that
to
this
see the
ain't
rest of the
sounding right.
video. You talking about you trying to get me hooked on whatever this man's serving.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to get it to make sense, and it ain't making sense. Regardless of what I'm watching, it's just like I said, it's not making sense.
Yeah, it ain't making no sense. But one thing, old TD Jakes, a big burly TD Jakes, come here, young man, let me talk to you. He ain't got to do all that. I promise you he ain't got to do it. If TD Jakes really like them young tenderonis, it don't take, because they sitting in the front row with their tongue hanging out like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I just can't get with it. It's not making sense to me.
If the word,
I'm trying not to knock anybody who's saying that they're a victim. You know, like you said, I pray that they all make it through it. But it's just I hate to say that somebody's lying. I hate to say that somebody's blowing their story out of proportion because you want to be respectful of victims. But it just, like I said, it ain't making sense. And if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. It ain't nothing you can do to make it make sense. It just doesn't.
but you feel like
It
this
just
man
doesn't.
makes sense because you listen to the whole podcast. You feel like he make a
I
lot of
listened
sense.
to the whole thing. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like different parts make sense, but the whole thing all together is not making sense. It's not making sense. It's not flowing. I'm not understanding.
And that's better. You leave room for confusion and people got to figure it out on their own. Ain't no telling what conclusion they going to come to. But before it's all said and done, they going to be calling him the power bottom. And that's what they did. Where the fuck that come from? A power bottom. Why they put that on TD Jakes? That sound like a wrestling move or some BS like that. And his old ass, how he going to have power in his bottom? Somebody make that make sense. Like he just got an ass of steel or something like that. I don't get it, man. But one thing for sure, you called in and set this presentation off. Even though it's late at night, you got it feeling like early morning because you full of sunshine. And I appreciate you. That's why the next time when I go live, you got to call back because I'm going to be looking forward to hearing your voice. Can you do that for me?
All right.
No doubt. I ain't trying to get funny with you or nothing like that. I ain't trying to stick my tongue and I ain't trying to holler or nothing like that. Get your mind. Now you want to be a victim and everything. All I'm trying to say is I appreciate you. And the next time I go live, you definitely got to call back. All right now.
All
Take
right.
care, baby.
Thank
All right
you.
now. Be
Bye.
good. Goodbye. That's what it is, man. Y'all would love to have a zesty ass pastor. Y'all would absolutely love it. It'd be packed. If Tyler Perry dressed up like Medea and did a real Sunday service, y'all would be in heaven. Hello, who this is here?
Blazy, this is Will up here at Flint. How you
Hey,
doing, brother?
what's going on, man? Calling all the way from Flint, Michigan. What's on your mind, dog?
Man, I ain't gonna hold you but for 2 seconds. Tell you, hey, look, another great video. Keep up the good work. And let's get back to the program.
Yeah, man, that's what it is. That's all you had to say?
Man, that's it, man. I love what you do, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Now, you gotta kick it with me for a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you long, but I need you to answer this question, man. Why is it that TD Jakes being disrespected so much? Was it something he did? Was it something he said? Why is the black community turning on somebody that we've been championing forever? What's so new? What changed in our world to where we feel like we can choke the shit out of TD Jakes on social media? Why would we even want to do it?
Man, you know what, brother? I've never been too much off of Christianity, evangelist, or any of that thing. But sometimes with human beings, it's a herd mentality, I would say. You know what I mean? Somebody takes that off, and the strangers keep flowing. Yeah. I mean, I just never understood why you need to tear somebody down that you not personally know. Which I don't understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like if I went into the damn store. So I stole the steak sandwich, I stole some juices, I stole some chips, I stole all this shit, and I get convicted of being a thief, and I come out of jail and accuse you of stealing a French fry.
Oh wow.
I do a whole blog about how you stole a fry. And I'm trying to tear you down based off of some shit. Even though I got criminal records of doing way more shit than I'm saying you did, I'm still trying to get you knocked up in the situation. Make that make sense.
You know, when I heard, and I'm not judging because I do not know this in the person, but we know the personality type. When this lady who sounded like a super Christian, which is a person choice, was, you know, going in on different people. My thing is, I found out that through my experience as a 50-year-old man, the people who are most critical of other people really have most problems of their own.
You know what's crazy, man? You would expect for a woman to be a diva. You know, you come across a female, especially an older woman, if you ain't in your mind right, you'll probably be like, hey, it's a possibility she might be a diva and give me some attitude or something. But in 2024, older men are bigger divas than a woman could ever be. More chatty patty, more gossipy, more messy.
Wow. Oh, man. Now, are you referring to men being more messy or women being more messy?
Man, it's men out here that's straight divas. They'll talk about you behind your back. Like, men don't even have the same integrity that they used to have. And I'm talking about older men.
Okay.
We fucked up, man. Fatherless generation. This shit taking the toll.
Yeah, man, I don't understand it. I got a question for you. Now,
What's going on, bro?
Jaguar right on, which is, you know, that should take you to another level. But from you talking to her, and I know you analyze and speak the truth the way you see it, how much of what Jaguar right, from you talking to her, asking her specific questions to get a response, how much you think of that, what you talk about is BS?
All I know is that Jaguar Wright is a hell of an entertainer.
Okay.
So if she's engaging, she is a craftsman or a craftswoman at what she do, man. So them lines, you know, she's an artist. She talk the way she talk, the way she and the things she talk about. But regardless if you believe Jaguar Wright or not, you know for a fact that what she's talking about is actually happening out there. Even if it's not with the people that she's talking about, you know that these type of things exist. She's bringing it to light that these type of things are happening out here in the world. So as far as that go, you know, I can take her word for it, because even if you don't believe what she's saying about a specific person, in your mind, you know that it's happening somewhere.
But power, money, and influence that's out there having sex.
Man, people get their taxes and be an asshole. A whole ass. Because they got their taxes back, man. They sitting on a couple of stacks. They ain't trying to return your calls. They acting all funny. They expecting you to do shit for them. People come up on a little bit of money and be a flat asshole. You seen it, man. So imagine how a person could change when they come up on some M's.
Well, okay, so let's bring it a little closer to home, brother. You had Jaguar write-off, which, you know, you got exposure, which is going to give you a little bit of exposure, a little bit more. Would you turn into one of these that we're talking about at the moment?
Man, I realized that we all in the same pool, man. You know, it's all about, you know, allegations. People want to hear something to take their mind off of what they going through in their life. That's all. They would rather hear about Diddy life than to sit and contemplate on what the hell going on in their life. They'd rather hear about what's going on with TD Jakes than to sit and think about the shit they going through. It's a lot of people out here that's not even well.
Yeah.
And they more concerned about a blog or some shit when they need to be more concerned about getting their health in order.
It's true, man. Well,
So we all in the same pool. What else is there for us to do besides spend money? You figure on YouTube, I ain't got to spend a dime if I don't want to. That's why so many people on it. The shit free. You can have the time of your life. You can interact with other people. You can read the comments and stuff. There's rarely anything out here that you can do for free.
Yeah. Well, I think you can't argue with that.
Netflix ain't free. Shit, between YouTube and Tubi, that's all we really got. That's free.
True. But look at what you getting for free. Now, brother, I understand that Diddy is a hot topic right now, and if we speak on Diddy, it gives us some strike. But now, I know at one point he was trying to, do some other different things, put the politics in the thing and talk about different things. Will you continue to go down that lane, or will you stick with the Diddy business?
Man, we got to deal with this Diddy situation because it's something happening in Black America to where, the men are being destroyed. And as a man, I'm like, damn, I got to at least try to do some damage control because it can boil down to me. One day it might be a surviving Sean Blazerton. I don't know how, but hell, with the imagination, people are willing. Somebody could come out and make up some bullshit about me, and people are willing to believe it, even though they don't know me, they ain't never met me, ain't never been around me. They will still be willing to believe it for the fact that I'm a brother, man. And that's hurtful because, yeah, you can't explain yourself to everybody, and even if you could, it's still gonna go in one ear and out the other. They not trying to hear what you got to say. They too busy believing the allegations, man. There's people out there that have family members that made up stories on them, and they family may believe it. And you could talk your family blue in the face. Oh, I didn't do that. I wasn't there. I ain't do that. They ain't trying to hear that. They're going to believe what they want to believe.
Right. If you saying that, what is the biggest lie someone has ever told anybody?
Man, your phone raggedy as hell. I could barely even hear you trying to have a 5-star car. I let you slide with all them trains and stuff. Them people screaming. It sound like you had a freak off, man. It sound like you doing something you ain't got no business doing. Maybe I need to call them people to do a security check or something over there, a safety check to figure out what the hell going on over there, man.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta get some more baby
it's
oil.
It's bootleg. Man, the baby oil ain't gonna get you out them damn cuffs. They coming, man. I just called them people. We gonna figure it out. We appreciate you, dog. We gonna holler at you when you get out of jail. We appreciate you, man. You be good out there. Lord have mercy. Hey, I really do appreciate y'all. Real talk. I'm about to go ahead and slide on out of here. It's late. Life been lifing. I just don't understand it. You gotta be careful what you wish for, because when you get it, you might not want it, and you're going to be fucked up. Like, damn, everything I asked for that I got, I don't want it no more. Have you ever, matter of fact, y'all going to find out this Christmas. Y'all going to find out. You gonna get your baby girl what she been asking for. You gonna get your son what he been asking for, begging, rolling on the floor for. You gonna get it. They gonna play with that thing for about 5 minutes. And it's gonna be sitting on the floor. All your hard-earned money. They gonna have their fun with it, and it's gonna be game over. That's the same thing people do with people. You be one, oh, I want Keisha, I want Keisha. You get Keisha, now you don't want Keisha no more. Y'all women be jumping up and down. I want Craig. I'd do anything to be with Craig. You get with Craig, that nigga only lasts 2 minutes. Now you don't want Craig no more. And you left Jesse for Craig. Now you trying to get Jesse back. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. Y'all need to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. TD Jakes ain't never did nothing to nobody. Never did nothing to nobody, man. And for you people out there listening, what y'all need to do is pray before you listen to another blog. Get on your knees, cut all that shit off, and say a prayer. Spend some time with the Lord and get off social media. And for the people, oh shit, wait a minute. For the people that hit that Cash App, baby, I really do appreciate y'all, every last one of y'all. Let me see, man. Let me double check this before I get out of here, man, because we doing new things. And we need all the support we can get. Real talk. Everybody that hit that Cash App, Sonia E, Sharon Drew, even Humble Waters came back and hit the Cash App. I can't even believe it, man. April Jarman, Angela Billa, what it do, baby? Lauren Gammon, where you at? All y'all, so much love for y'all, man. I'm talking about Bakati. Did I say Sharon Drew? All y'all. Even Cleo Couture hit the Cash App. Ms. Ness. Joannie Warren, what it do, baby? I ain't forgot about y'all. Banji Cooks hit the Cash App too. Seneca Williams, what it do, dog? Fema B. Deja hit the Cash App. What it do, baby? Lauren Gammon again. I got love for you too, baby. Real talk. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. Risk my life. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want, but if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up, poke out your rump. It's S.A.T that you want, and my music hit so hard, make you say, oh my God. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want, but if that's not what you like,